Welcome to this lightning talk, a short session, 15 minutes, where Laura will present us, not everything, but some insights about Theory EU. And I'd like to introduce Laura. Laura is an analyst at Ordina Belgium, also the competence lead of technical leadership at GWorks. She's passionate about people, eager to share knowledge, not afraid of challenges, and always interested in learning and discovering new things. And I hope you are also. So.
Thank you, Peter. Okay, so the presentation has been made. Hi, everyone. I hope you're not that much hungry and that you can still wait for 15 minutes. So today I'm going to talk about Theory EU. Theory EU has been created by Otto Scharmer in order to help people to become real leaders in the meaning of being at a certain level of attention and attention. So you are all in the agile mode, and I hope that everyone knows about Uncle Bob, which is one of the co-founders of the Agile Manifesto. And he says, we programmers, we rule the world. We write the rules that make our society work. And today, with the digitalization of the world, we have to take challenges. Because, as you can see, since a few decades and more the last years, we are facing some socio-economic and some ecological problems. So who runs the world? Sadly for Beyoncé, it's not only the girls, but it's we programmers. Actually, you programmers. We rule the world, and we write the rules that make our society work. So we are the leaders of today's society. And if there is something that I want you to remember after the presentation, it's this sentence. It is our role to keep our mind, our heart, and our will open, and to act as leaders in a digital transforming society. But you may say, okay, I agree with all of that, but I'm not especially a leader. And what is a good leader? So you have all types, many types of leaders. I don't know if you see who everyone is, but you can have democratic types, servant types, bureaucratic types, autocratic types, and all of those leaders are good leaders, or at least leaders. But, and depending on the environment they are in, and we are in, they can be that type of leader that can emerge. But what is the common ground of all of those types of leaders? And that is what the books have tried to answer since a long time ago. And there are different ways of observing a leader. We can, of course, imagine, see and observe the results that a leader produces. Okay, Steve Jobs has changed the cell phone industry by giving a smartphone to everyone. We can also look at and observe a leader through the process that he or she uses. For instance, Toyota company uses lean management methodology in order to bring on the market the cars. But what is really important, and that is the aim of this presentation, is that we can also look at the sources from which a leader operates. And that is the Theory EU. The Theory EU will search at, it will observe at a certain moment of presensing. What is presensing? It's to be present at a certain moment and to sense the moment that says, okay, aha, now there is a problem in the environment, in my society, in this project, and there is a solution. I can feel the solution. I can see the solution. We all see this solution. But in order to be at this level of pre-sensing, we have to be open-minded, with an open heart, and with an open will. Theory U is not only about getting on those steps, but there are lots of tools that help to go from a moment that everyone says, okay, there is a problem, but I don't know how to solve it, to observing the problem, sensing that there is a kind of possibility to do something else, and letting go, and let come new ideas and creative ideas to seize the opportunity to put on the market what is really important and what is the solution of the problem or the solutions. So Otto Scharmer has helped a lot of his companies and a lot of regions around the world during his whole career. I will give only one of an example. It was in the late 90s in Germany, where there was in the healthcare system a reform that wanted to put the patient at the center of the whole healthcare system. And he and his collaborator came into a network of healthcare people, so doctors, health insurances, etc. And at the beginning of the meeting, everyone was angry, everyone was yelling at each other. They wanted to have finance, to be financed, but the financial part didn't want to help them for those problems. It was a mess. And so they took a step aside and asked them, all of them, okay, but why are we here? Why do we wake up in the morning? Why did we choose to become a doctor? Why did we choose to go into the health sector? And through some steps that I want, through some tools that I won't explain now because I only have 15 minutes, they were able to let them observe what was the real situation. And not only, okay, my project doesn't go through that, and my problem isn't listened by anyone. But they were able to say, okay, why am I here? And so they observed the problem. They sensed that everyone was at that moment in a specific, in the same idea. And that was the pre-sensing moment where everyone said, wow, now we all are on the same boat and we all want to go to the same direction. And from that moment, a lot of new ideas and creative ideas came out. Oh yes, because they were listened, and so they could answer to new ideas. And after a few years, a lot of test prototypes from those emerging from those ideas were put on the market successfully with good financial help. And after a few years, in this municipality in Germany was one of the best municipalities that helped, that was in a good way for the reform of the healthcare system. So it's not for nothing that I was interested in theory U while working at Ordina and while working with agility every day. It's because agile values, as well as the values behind the theory used, are practically the same. Of course, we have to prototype something in the project, or we have to prototype the ideas in order to test them and in order to be able to put them on the market. From the beginning, all the people are involved. So for the example with Otto Scharmer, in order to observe, they asked all the patients what was the problem, how they felt when they went to the doctor. So they were involved. Of course, it's patient-centralized, but if you don't ask the patient, it's stupid. You also have to be open on work and to be open on challenges. You don't have to be stressed and to say, okay, maybe they won't listen to me. Okay, maybe they won't listen to you, but at least you have to try. And if it doesn't work the first time, try again the second time, etc., etc. We also are, as I said, in an innovative context, because we have to face a lot of problems today, and so we need to have creative and new ideas. We also put people before the processes, so people are the answers. And it takes a lot of courage in order to say, okay, let's try a new tool. Let's try a tool that is really funny. Okay, sometimes people are resistant to what you are trying, but you have to have the courage to do that. So my proposal, because I don't have enough time to show you one or another tool of the theory U, but if you would like to see a bit more about them, I would like to propose you to come to a workshop in November 2022, November or maybe December, depending on the schedule, in order to share together all those tools and maybe to see the leadership differently. Thank you. If you have questions or... No? There are lots of tools that we use, that you already use, and that are from the theory U. For instance, we made one with Bjorn and Chris, the last BU meeting, or the
last area meeting.
Yeah, the one before that, where we made a word cafe. So word cafe is one of the prototyping tool, but there are lots of tools, and so I would really like you to come and together to do those tools. It's really funny. Thanks.